Salutations, viewers. My name is GameDame, and welcome back to another GameDame Reacts, where we have the official 15th anniversary developer diary trailer for Killing Floor 3. Now, I haven't played any of the Killing Floor games, but they are on my wishlist and/or sitting in my library, waiting for me to play. But let's go ahead and watch the official 15th anniversary developer diary trailer for the third iteration of Killing Floor. This shit looks wild in general.
The Killing Floor franchise for us has always been about that power fantasy. The feeling that it's almost out of your control. And sometimes
just
it's
almost out of your control. Hell yeah. We love mayhem.
I've been making Killing Floor since the beginning.
We didn't really have like official titles.
I did a lot of the initial game mode prototyping and just anything to get the game up and running.
The original Killing Floor we did with, I think we were 12 or 15 people.
The Killing Floor kind of looks
Floor
like
1 was a very grindhouse, dark, gritty survival horror.
what's
Back
it
in the
called?
day,
Like
having
Day of the
access
Dead
to
or some
enough
shit like that.
people,
That
enough
arcade
talent to
game.
make what you want wasn't there.
We had like
I can't
3
exactly
months,
remember.
maybe 4 months.
There wasn't a lot of polished
4
UI
months.
matchmaking and stuff like that.
It was, Leland, you have a week to take each one of these maps and change as much as you possibly can, right? It was, David, you have a day to make each enemy. Bill, you have a day to animate each enemy.
That's
so
crazy.
It was do or die to get that first game done.
Yeah, I can't even
Before we
imagine.
were due to release, Bill and Dave with their art hats on, got the 4 of us in a room and went, it's got to look better than this. And I was, guys, we've maxed out the credit cards. The bank account has 1 payroll left in it, and that goes out on Friday. There's nowhere else to go. And we released the game, and people loved it. We went, holy
Holy shit.
It was a really fun time. It was a very intense deadline. We were much younger. We were all in our 20s at that time, so we had a lot more energy to do that.
Yeah, now we
Killing Floor
don't.
2, we got to step it up a bit. I think we were at about 45, 50 people at that point.
David Hensley was the creative director on the project. I was heavily involved in the animation and all the little details that we didn't feel other first-person shooters at that time had.
Killing Floor 2 went more of a
Which we love,
polished
innovation.
science horror vibe. There's much more weapons and classes. You actually have modern server infrastructure with matchmaking.
We had perks, and each one of those perks would have different bonuses for different types of weapons, certain different ways to play.
The enemies move faster, the difficulty is more intense. It's its own thing.
We
That
love
was our
that.
first
We love more
real tilt to the
intense,
console as
faster,
well.
harder games. And at the time, I think perks were still all
Been a fan of
coming
Killing
out.
Floor for quite some time. I was working on another game. One of the other character artists says, there's a game I want to try with you guys. And I was like, all right, I'm down. I like monsters. So during crunch, that artist would be like, you're from Georgia, right? Wouldn't it be crazy if you worked on that one day? So that was my introduction.
To
One of my
Killing Floor
thoughts
3,
when
hell
I was
yeah.
given the opportunity to lead the team is that Killing Floor was a bit of a cult hit. I know I wanted it to return to this level of horror, have some cult elements, but become a little more mainstream. So we'd
The
be in the
fucking
office and we'd be
foreskin
working on dry
enemies
erase boards, and it
slay
was just
me.
basically Dave Hensley and I kind of
Oh my
talking about what
gosh.
the game could be. And then COVID hit, and I was like, we're gonna work remote. So all of a sudden there wasn't just like Atlanta, Roswell as this hub for it, and we could open the floodgates to people that wanted to be a part of the team.
I was on the team leading the design for Maneater DLC, and that took about a year, and then I came onto the prototype for Killing Floor 3.
You get to start with an idea, make something a reality, and then play it, say, hey, do we want to iterate on this more, or do we want to try something different?
It's just about finding what's fun, what works, really set it up to when we moved into production, we knew for the most part what we wanted to make and how were we going to make it.
It's so interesting to
Everything's gray
see the
box.
process
Just
that
the
they go
simplest
through
possible representation
initially.
of each thing, except gun sights, that has to be accurate.
Within a week, I had a pretty strong idea of what the teaser trailer would look like when we first announced.
Ooh.
Was still feeling like a Killing Floor title, while at the same time elevating it.
I think
It was a
Tripwire's
good
definitely the house
teaser
that Killing Floor
trailer,
built at
for
this
sure.
point.
There were fun things about the scrappier days. I think as we've grown, we've kept the heart of what makes Tripwire special, while also becoming more professional, having access to better technology and more
Yeah, it's no
skilled
longer just like the
employees.
5
It's
of you
been
guys
10
having to do
years.
this in 4
Let's
months.
step the game right up and give people some new challenges.
We love that. Now, Killing Floor has been around for so fucking long, and I have just not gotten the chance to actually play it. But I am excited for when I do eventually pick it up, because Killing Floor 3 looks absolutely insane. And I know it's such a cult classic. It's got such a cult following. So you guys got to let me know in the comments down below how the first Killing Floor was in comparison to the second, and how excited are you for the third iteration. But that is all the time I have for you guys today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I highly appreciate your time as always. But please do not forget to subscribe and follow not only to my YouTube, but to my Twitch. You guys know where my YouTube is at. You can find my Twitch at twitch.tv/thegamedame. Thanks, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.